Good morning. I had a dream. I dreamt. Date for today is I gotta say it while it's still fresh in my head. Today is Tuesday, October the 18th, 2022. The time is 5:30 a.m. I just woke up from this dream. Oh my goodness. It was me. Had to do with me. I dreamt that I was in a room. Supposed to be my room, my house, my apartment. I don't know. But I was in this room. And I went to the window. And I saw somebody at the window. And when I left out the window, the person was at the, well, actually, this is how it was. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Something flew on the window. We was far up in the window, and I was closing the window. And I said to myself, I don't know whether it was to myself or to somebody else, but I was saying that I gotta close the window because and lock it because people can come down from the roof and try to come in. I'm telling somebody that I don't know whether it was the kids or whoever. And no sooner than I said it, I saw somebody climbing like Spider-Man through the window. And once they climbed, I was closing the window and they kind of turned and looked. But it's so weird because they was like Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? It's like Spider-Man holding on to the window. And they looked like they was getting ready to jump off the window or go away or something. And the person looked like they were dressed in a hoodie or something. And they looked in. They didn't see me, but they saw it at the window. And then they pushed the window up. And I was like, oh, no. And they began to come in through the window. And while they was coming in the window, what did I get? I didn't get anything. It seemed like the child was in the bed with me. But I left that child in the bed with me and I came out the room, right? When I came out the room, I didn't take my computer. I went to the computer and this is what I did with it. I didn't take anything, but I unplugged everything. It looked like I was in my room now, because now I'm unplugging the computer. I see myself unplugging the computer from the sockets. Not from the sockets, from the cords from the computer. And I took the computer and I stuck it underneath my pillow on my mattress. And that's it. I didn't take my phone. Now here's the thing. I walked out. When I walked out, I looked through the house or something. The house was like empty but wasn't empty. Right? And I went and I said, let me go get my pocketbook. So I came back in, I was looking for my Louis Vuitton pocketbook, and I got my pocketbook. I picked up my pocketbook, And I walked out with it, right? And I locked the door because I was locking the person in the room, right? Now, here's the thing. I comes out the room, and I go get Mary, and I go get Danielle. I wake them up. I said, come on, we got to hurry up and get out of here. I said, because somebody is in the room. I locked them in the room. But if we don't hurry up and get him, I don't know what they're going to do, right? I don't want them to come out the room. And they seemed so nonchalant. They didn't care nothing about what I was saying. And that's when I realized that I left whoever it was in the room in the bed. Because I said, now we got to get the kids. We and woke up the kids. Kids was up walking out. Now, we were supposed to leave the house. But for some crazy reason, in the dream, we never left the house. And I was sad. I was so sad. I mean, that was the saddest thing. I mean, I don't know what. Now, I don't know whether the person stole anything. I don't know whether the person came in the house took anything. Right? But it was like people came to the house like to, because they heard about it. They heard about somebody coming in the house robbing me. And in the dream, I didn't really have to worry about nothing because it's like everything was taken care of. Like, it seemed like I didn't have to worry about no money because I had money. And I saw, now these are the people. I got to just say the people names that I saw. I saw Mother Bynes. I saw, when I looked up, Pastor Glover was walking towards me with that leprechaun suit. And I was saying to myself, wow, Pastor Glover came. Oh, wow, I wasn't expecting that. But she came. Now, mind you, I didn't lose anything. I don't know whether I lost anything. But she came. So I remember seeing Pastor Glover. And I remember seeing the Bynes, Mother Bynes. I think I saw Sister Lucky. There was a lot of people in this house. I don't know what house it was. It wasn't my house. But here's the thing. It seemed like some kind of club, some kind of party. Me. I don't know. I don't want to say it was like a bypass because it wasn't a funeral. I don't know. It was like a bypass, but it was very sad to me. And Pastor Glover was there, just like I said. Now, this is the thing. My daughters didn't even care nothing. They wasn't even worried about me. And I was talking to them, and Dan was like, I don't know what Dan was like crazy. She was said something, because they finally came out. It looked like Alexis. I don't know why she was there, but I saw Alexis, right? And she was like people were sitting on the floor. It was a long hallway of rooms to the end of the house. It was a house, though. To the end of the house, to the front of the house. When you walk in, like coming from my room. When you come out my room, you walk just a little bit, and to your left is the door to the house. I ain't never seen that house before. I don't know whose house it was. It was supposed to be my house, but it still looked like I was visiting. Right? But the part that got me was that my Barry and Danielle wasn't even thinking about me. I was sad. I was hurting. I couldn't even find them. And then I had this white dress on, right? And then looked like I had went somewhere and I had sat down. And I was so like depressed. I don't know what I lost, but I was so depressed. It wasn't none of the stuff I had, though, because I wasn't even worrying about that stuff. When I came out, before I get to the close, I said, now somebody got to call the cops. I said, yo, I call the cops. They're like, yeah, whatever. And so I was like, all right, I'll call the cops. That's when I realized I ain't had my phone. I said, oh my goodness. I walked down there, even though I had my bag. But from now on, I'll make sure I put my bag and my phone in my bags. So, even though I had my bag, but I went back in and got my bag, but I didn't get nothing else. I didn't get no computers. I didn't get no phone. I didn't see me pick up no phone. But when I went to go get my bag, when I walked out the house, when I walked out the room to lock them in the room, I said, well, let me go back and get my bag. I said, because if I go get my bag, my phone and everything would be in there. I was getting my wallet, all that stuff was in there. So I guess in all reality of the dream, even though I wasn't focused on it, even though I didn't have nothing of importance, I guess I really did have my phone, my wallet, my bag. But in the dream, it seemed like I didn't have anything. And it wasn't of importance. Only when it came back to the phone is when I wanted to use the phone to call the cops to let them know. But this is like way after. In the dream, it would be like hours later, right? So I'm like, oh my goodness. So Mary, they just looked at funny. Mary looked like Mary, but she looked like she had on that fashion week that I saw with that girl and the clothes she wore. It went in my dream because that's how they was looking. And people was looking at me that knew me, and they was like, oh, wow, right? She's really out of it. I don't know. I don't know whether somebody died that was real close to me. And when I'm thinking about it, I said, ain't nobody that close to me that will make me feel like that if they pass away. I said, the only person that maybe would make me feel like that would be Tracy. And in the dream, I was like, wow. I was sitting down like to myself, and I was like saying, I didn't even go deep like this for this person and that person, that person, right? I hope ain't nobody dying. And, because this wasn't in my house, right? This wasn't in my house. But it had to do with me and how I felt about that robbery. And it wasn't even all about the robbery neither. That's the thing. It wasn't about the robbery. It was just like the atmosphere I was in. Nobody was really, my kids was really not paying me no mind. Everybody was like in their own world. They was talking and conversating and stuff like that. I ain't see too many church people. But the person was Pastor Glover and Mother Barnes and Sister Lucky. Sister Lucky came and talked to me, and she was, and then I passed by and somebody was like, I don't know, they said evangelist or something. I don't know what they said, but the thing was my dress. I had on this suit that I got that I like, but it was long. It had a split in it, and I had sat down. Wherever I had sat down, I was like not crying, but I was sad, grieving, depressed. And when I got up, the skirt was all black. No, it wasn't black. It was like, had like a patch of black dirt on it. What can I call it? It wasn't dirt though. Like dye. Like black dye. And I looked at the skirt, I was like, how this happen? Why did it sit here? And I got up and I turned the skirt around. It was like I was sitting there, just sitting there, not moving. And the skirt was all dyed up, but not dyed. It was like when you dye your hair and now you don't wash it, and now the residue for the dye was on the skirt. And I went, that's when I saw Alexis. People was all on the floor. Every room I went in looked like somebody was in that room and stuff like that. I don't know what they wasn't doing nothing exotic, I don't think, but every room I went in, somebody was in there. And then like when you walk all the way down in the house, in the back of the house, it's a big living room. People was in there, something about the kitchen, something like that. But coming back up, Pastor Glover came and she hugged me. This is when I was going down the hallway. Pastor Glover hugged me. And when I saw her, I said, oh, okay, I'm all right. I won't have to worry about no money and nothing like that. But then I just saw them and then they left. And then I came back, I think coming back the way I came. Then I saw Mother Bond sitting there like in a chair looking up. Pastor Glover really was the only one that was really dressed up. Yeah, she was dressed up so much that she couldn't hardly keep the hat up. That's how big how big the hat was. But it's so crazy, she had the suit that me and Michelle was talking about. But in the dream, I wasn't saying nothing about the suit, but now that I'm thinking about it, that suit like kind of stand out when I walked and saw her. She was coming towards me. Mother Barnes was just sitting there. She had her little small hat on. I think it was a hat. I can't remember. I'm not going to say she had on a hat. I just saw her face. I saw Sister Lucky. Sister Lucky came, and she kind of like, her spirit was like consoling. Because it seemed like people was not really into me. It seemed like people wasn't. Let me see if I can remember the vibe. Because they said when you dream, just pay attention to what stands out in the dream. So what was standing out in the dream was that my kids, how they was, where they wasn't like really talking to me, even though the person was in the house. They wasn't even worrying about it. They was like, oh, whatever, person come, we just here waiting until the person leaves, per se. I wasn't really worried about who was in the room, per se, but I was like more concerned about calling the cops so I could get back in my room. But everybody else seemed so complacent. I woke up everybody, getting them out. We walking down the hall. It looked like a hotel. We walking down the hallway and everything. I don't know. That dream was like, that was like weird. I've been having a lot of weird dreams lately. It came to me that the devil getting in my dreams. All this foolishness coming in my dreams. But, yeah, that's about it. That's about the dream. It was just like, it wasn't scary. Let me see. It wasn't scary, but that was like a spiritual thing. Because when I woke up, it went right to my spirit. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what is this? I wasn't really concerned about what was in the house. It just was the people that was there. It seemed like a wake. Should I say a wake? Or a repast. Right? But more so like somebody died that was a senator. Somebody that I knew. They was a senator. But they was real close to me though. So I'm like, who was a sinner that's real close, that Pastor Glover will come, Sister Lucky, and Mother Vine? It got to be somebody that they know. Because them the people that stood up. Alexis was there, but Alexis don't know them. Why was Alexis there, of all people? That's what make it weird. And she had her little crew. And she had that look. She looking like her lashes was on Mary. Mary had on her lashes. Mary had some crazy outfit on, showing her belly. And that's what made it so weird. How you get time? We rushing out. We trying to get out before the robber come out the house. Even though throughout the whole dream the robber never came out. And I was gone. That's what made me go walk into the house, because it looked like I was trying to find Mary and then so I can use their phone, and then I was trying to find them so Danielle could open up the door so I can get in. Now the aspect of the dream was based around what we do in this house. You see what I'm saying? So it was my Louis Vuitton bag with my phone and stuff in the bag. That stood out. When I turned around to go back in the room, the bag was shiny. Like, there you go, you can see that bag. So I went over, I picked up that bag. My phone and everything was in there. And I happened to see them coming because I was all the way down at the other end of the house. And then I saw her come at, saw Mary, and I said, okay, let me walk back down there and see if I can use their phone. It just seemed like people were, as I was walking through the house, right, when I'm seeing Pastor Glover come to me, I walked through the house, and there was like gay people, like lesbians there. 2 lesbians was there. And I was like, what is this? The house, it looked like they was cleaning up. They was cleaning up the house. And I don't want to say as I walked through the house, the rooms that I came out got empty. But when I went to go back, it seemed like there was no furniture in it. Like a move, like I was moving. Yeah, that's what it seemed like. It started out with a whole lot of people. But then as I'm going through the house, I'm moving because things were disappearing. I know I ain't moving to no Delaware. I'm seeing Alexis. I don't know why I'm moving. Maybe she representing Delaware. I'm going to move or something. I don't know. But I was really concerned about my kids. They was really out there. They all was dressing. It's crazy. I mean, Mary and them was showing stomach, and it was like, maybe it could be, this is 2022. Maybe it was like 2025. The clothing changed, the house changed, you know. Even the house that I was in, I guess it was mine. The house I was in, it was a house. It was long, it had a lot of rooms. But it was more like magazine type of house, Vogue type of house. That's what I was like. That Fashion Week got in my dream. And then there was people living in the house. Yet still, it was my house. But the only person that seemed to live there was them 2 girls, which I had no idea who they were. Didn't know who they was. But they was cleaning up. And they was like into each other. And I passed by, they kind of like let go, like not really want to show that they into each other or something like that. I don't know, but that was a weird, crazy dream. Lord, what was that? So, that's the dream. I don't know what it was all about. It started out with a thief. I don't know what a thief. Biblically, what just came to me is the Bible said, thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. I come that you may have life and have more abundantly. Another thing is a thief. Watch and pray. What did it say? A thief. I'm coming as a thief in the night. Right? I don't know. But it was a guy, as like I said, and something came and hit the window. It scared me because I was at the window. And it scared me. I was like, oh, that's clothing like that. And then it just blocked the window. So then it changed. It looked like it changed, and it changed it to a person. And no. It looked like it moved. Looked like some pants or something, and it moved. And I was like, well, let me close this window. And it seemed like as I began to mess with the window, in my head, I was saying, let me close this window because people can come down from the roof because I'm looking. No. In my head, I'm saying, well, let me close the window. And then my head was like saying, ain't nobody coming. That's the roof. Then looked like my head was saying, yeah, but they could come down from the roof. And no sooner than I thought it, I saw the person it looked like, he didn't look like Spider-Man like in visual, but he had to move the Spider-Man. He was coming through like peeling himself, and he went, and he was just getting ready to leave, and I said, let me close this window. I wanted to do something with the window, and he turned around real quick, and he pulled the window up real slow. It was going, I said, no. And then I got panicky, and I was like, what could I do? I said, I could just spray him like he was a big bug or something. It was just like my mind went blank, like I couldn't think of nothing else to do or say but to get away from it. That's all I could think about. So that's when I said I got my stuff, my phones and stuff, and I stuck it in my bag. And then I said, all right, let me sneak out. So I walked out the door, and I closed the door real slowly. I'm trying to lock the door. And I think while I was trying to lock the door, it came to me, get your bag. So I opened it back up, and I went and grabbed the bag, and I was saying to him, I don't know, it just came to me, your phone is already in there. So I grabbed the bag, and I turned the lock, and I closed it. And then I went and I woke up. I see me waking up there, and I said, damn, wake up. I said, I said, get up. I said, somebody's in my room. I said, and I locked them in there, and I want us to get out before they come. So then it switched, and I went to Mary. But they was moving. So I said, we got to get the kid. And then I was thinking, I said, wait a minute, I left a kid in there. But it was like, even though a kid was in there, it was no biggie. It was like, oh, he in there now, he'll be all right. Something like that. I don't know why I would think that he'd be all right. I don't even know why I left him in there. And I'm going to get the rest of the kids up. I don't know who that kid was I was leaving. But I went, got the kids. They look like big girls, like Lizzie. I'm going to say it was Lizzie, but if it was Lizzie was like 12. Maybe 9 or 12. She looked like church, like she was dressed up, had a little ponytails. I don't know. But didn't look like Lizzie. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that dream is about. But I done put it in here. And I am going to... Well, I can't say I'm going to watch it because by the time I go to sleep and wake up, I'm going to be done forget about dreams. But if something comes, something happen, I'm asking the Lord to bring it back to my remembrance. All right, so we're going to say good night, good morning.